I'm Jake.
And I'm Marlin.
AKA Guy. Still filling in for Christine while she's off dealing with her own shit and hopefully having a little bit of fun.
Still good.
Today we're going to be moving into 1950s sci-fi territory. And what particular sci-fi movie are we going to watch the trailer for? One of the most groundbreaking and still highly admired sci-fi films of the past 60, 70 years, Forbidden Planet from 1956. Have you seen Forbidden Planet?
I think I've seen parts of it, and if it's the one I'm thinking about, the non-human character is groundbreaking.
Oh, he is. And without further ado, let's watch. More reading. And the robot. I guess he wasn't good enough to be called Robby back then. Another film they advertise as being 2 years in the making. And you can tell, don't you think?
Yeah, they did a lot of good scene creation to get the depth and distances that they were talking about, yes.
20 miles.
And I believe it.
Look down, gentlemen, are you afraid? 7,800 levels.
Great work in design, obviously, into the look of the planet. There's a few parts that look a little animated, but they have a bit of charm to them. Like the 7 mile or so, they said, drop with the machines underneath the planet's surface. Yeah, it looks a little fake, but at the same time, I believe it goes that deep.
It was a very good deceptive, I'm not sure if it was just a picture or what it was.
Into the heart of the Forbidden Planet to discover the incredible marvels of this lost genius.
That's still fucking beautiful to look at.
In striking Eastman color.
And of course, they didn't showcase him much here, but the most well-known thing about this movie is Robby the Robot. He's huge, threatening, but adorable, and looks cool as hell.
You will meet a charming character in the robot. Able
Robby.
to produce on order 10 tons of lead or a slinky evening gown. Always at your service.
Robby even has his own IMDb page. They give him credit for movies that have used the suit, such as Gremlins and Looney Tunes Back in Action.
It must be the loveliest, softest thing you've ever made for me.
Star sapphires take a week to crystallize properly. Would diamonds or emeralds do? You explore all...
There's a scene in the movie where the cook on the ship is running out of booze, and Robby's like, would 60 gallons be sufficient? And when the cook goes to get it, we see not only did he make 60 gallons worth of bourbon, but he also made the type of glass they come in with the labels and everything. It's like the holodeck on Star Trek. Something we'd love to have in the future, a robot who can make everything.
Planet, you will meet Dr. Morbius, played by Walter Pidgeon. The doctor is sole owner of this fabulous world. Anne Francis is his alluring daughter Olga, who has never seen a young man.
And the cast is interesting too. Walter Pidgeon is a long-term, well-vetted actor. I'm sure he was like the anchor of the cast. Leslie Nielsen looks like he was early in his...
He would have been about 30 when he made this.
Yeah, so he was probably somewhat known, but he was still working on a drama career, not his second career as a wonderful slapstick actor.
It would be 24 years before he did Airplane, and this is the first non-comedic role I'd ever seen him in. And He does it pretty well. They only show a few clips, but Walter Pidgeon, Anne Francis, Leslie Nielsen, they all do serviceable jobs of what they're given to do. Walter Pidgeon and Anne Francis, their father and daughter, they live on this planet all by themselves. And as they briefly show here, she's never seen another man besides her father, and is immediately love-struck with good old Leslie.
Well, of course. Virile young man.
Till she meets Commander Adams, played by talented Leslie Nielsen.
Ryan,
Before he discovered whoopee cushions.
what's a bathing suit?
Oh, better.
And the part where we see the footprints appearing in the dirt, yeah, there's a monster in the film. This trailer does a good job of showing enough, like, of the visual, but not enough that gives away all the plot twists.
Yeah, it looked like it was something huge and frightening, but other than that,
Conceal a strange and evil force, unknown.
This is a chilling sequence. Even to this day, this is scary to watch. Last thing I'll say, because I think I said all I had to say about the trailer.
right.
Some of the acting and dialogue's a little stiff at times, but regardless, Walter Pidgeon, Leslie Nielsen, and Francis, they do good jobs, and it's mostly a special effects film, but the characters, they do have character. They're not just completely one-dimensional.
Right. Right. It looked like it was going to be an interesting movie, and if this is the first Robby the Robot that ever was, I'd like to have a look and see what they do with him. Star Wars.
George Lucas says this film gave him a lot of inspiration. Ooh.
Imagine yourself.
And we mentioned earlier, George Lucas kind of got a bit of inspiration for this film, particularly as you could see there.
Yeah.
You know who else got a lot of inspiration from this movie?
No.
Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, yes.
There's one particular effect scene that kind of serves as the prototype for the beaming effect on Star Trek.
Interesting.
Very interesting and a little dated in some areas, like with the big blocky technology, some of the writing, but overall it's still a fun spectacle to watch, and I recommend it very much.
Well capsulized trailer.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Next time.